Hi, I'm Claire Stoneham, Director of Strategy and Major Projects here at CUH, and I want to talk to you today about the new strategy we're developing for the hospital. The last 2 years have been really hard for staff working through COVID and for our patients, some of whom have been waiting a really long time for care. Looking forward, we've got some really exciting opportunities though too. New hospitals for cancer and children's services, more staff joining the CUH family, and opportunities to work more closely with GPs and other hospitals right across our region. At the moment, we're writing a new strategy for the hospital. This means sharing our vision for improving patient care, supporting our staff, and building for the future over the next 3 years, and our plan for how we'll make these happen. So, what is our strategy? Our strategy provides a framework for making decisions about the future of our trust. It will set out our vision and our priorities, which ultimately aim to deliver better care for our patients. It's directly informed by the work our staff do every day to care for patients, and also about how we're thinking all the time about how we can make services better. We're currently reviewing the strategy, building on what we've learned through COVID over the last 2 years, and reflecting the opportunities that are emerging locally, regionally, and nationally. We've been consulting widely with staff and with our partners across the system to understand and identify what's important to them as part of this process, and we're planning to launch the new strategy this summer. What will the strategy say? The strategy will have 3 themes: improving patient care, supporting our staff, and building for the future. Within the improving patient care theme, we'll be talking about the planned and emergency care we provide for patients, including recovering the backlog from COVID. It will also talk about how we better join up care with our system partners so that services increasingly span across the hospital and out into the community, working with GPs. It will focus on health inequalities, an issue that we really saw come to the fore during COVID, and it will focus on quality, safety, and how we can continuously improve the services we provide. Thinking about supporting our staff is about making sure that we've got the resource we need, including the recruitment pipeline, bringing more staff to join our CUH family. Really thinking about how we can support health and well-being for staff, again building on some of the work we did during COVID. We also want to think about inclusion, equality and diversity, alongside training and development so that staff here have really rich and rewarding careers, and also how we continue to work really well together as a team and build on strong relationships with our partners. The final theme is building for the future. That's about our specialist services and how we work with hospitals across the region. It's about research and life sciences, using the fantastic opportunity we have here on the Cambridge Biomedical Campus, working with our partners in the university and in industry. It's about the major projects, and we're making fantastic progress on the cancer and children's hospitals at the moment. It's about sustainability and how we play our part in the net zero agenda and contribute to tackling the climate emergency. And it's about digital and really making the most of new technology and new ways of working to support the care we provide to our patients and our staff. So, what does the strategy mean for you? No matter what your role is here at CUH, you have an important part to play in shaping the strategy and in helping us to deliver our ambitions. The work all of you do every day ultimately benefits our patients, and the work you do with your teams and your team's objectives connect right through the organisation back to our vision and priorities. So when the new strategy is published, please support your team and colleagues to think about how you contribute to our priorities, improving patient care, supporting our staff, and building for the future. You might also want to think about your work priorities or a set of objectives that can help deliver parts of the strategy. You might want to discuss them as part of your appraisal process with your manager or your staff, and think in the objective setting process about the contribution that you can make. So I've talked quite a lot about what's in the strategy. I also want to talk just a little bit now about how we can deliver it. And really that's about new ways of working. So it's always, I think, been an emphasis in CUH that working together in teams. And increasingly, I think we'll want to strengthen and develop our partnerships with others across our system and our region. We've got opportunities to learn and develop new skills, for example, with the improvement training that's available. But I think increasingly we might want to think about new approaches to how we do things and working in a flexible way. I think for managers, what you could do is really try and be clear on your team's priorities and your objectives. I would also say you can really focus on supporting your staff to maximise their contribution, and I think that includes a focus on their well-being, but also things like the equality, diversity and inclusion within your team. And then finally, if you need any help on any of this or understanding perhaps how the strategy might apply to your team or your area, do feel free to get in touch with the strategy team and we'll try and help.